What's up YouTube? So this is going to be my movie review for Frozen 2. Okay, so the super simplified version of the story, totally spoiler free. Elsa, Olaf, the whole gang, they need to go to a faraway land because reasons of magic and monsters, all that good stuff. And a massive part of that story is finding out where Elsa's powers came from and the whole origin story behind it. And that is my super simplified version. That is it, man. I've already seen there's a lot of spoilers on the internet, so be very careful if you search this movie. I'm just going to say it so we're totally transparent, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not the biggest Frozen fan. However, I totally understand if, like, that movie is in like your top 10 movies of all time. I totally see why. I mean, for Disney, Frozen just blew up like crazy, man. Let It Go, it was on every single radio station for like a year, mate. You couldn't escape it. And with that like massive success, there's a lot of weight on the shoulders of Frozen 2, and story-wise, nah, it's definitely not as good or like compelling as the first movie. No chance. However, the actual origins of Elsa and going into that like magical fantasy mythology, whatever you want to call it, that side of things was actually pretty good, man. But overall, it's not as good as the first one story-wise. What is improved, however, the voice acting is so good in this movie. It really is on another level. And the animating, oh my days, mate. When you go and see this movie, when you see it on the big screen, ladies and gentlemen, it's so much better than the first film. And I think the first film visually looks really good. And somehow, Disney yet again have made it look even better. So voice acting and visually, it's a massive win. Now I know someone's going to ask me, in fact I've already had people ask me on Instagram, how is the songs? Yeah, they're pretty good, man. There's a few songs that hit you here, I'm not gonna lie, but they don't have like the weight to them as the first film. But saying that, I don't think that's totally fair, because the first film, the music didn't hit me straight away. Only after I started hearing the music everywhere, I saw the movie again, and I really appreciate the music. So to be totally fair to Frozen 2, I've only seen it once, and the music's pretty good. It's definitely hasn't sunk in like the first film, but I don't even think Disney thought the first film soundtrack was going to do as well as it did, because Let It Go is like the best and worst song ever. If you hear that too many times, boys and girls, you're on the right path to just going fully insane. But when you see it the one time in a movie, it's really good, and that effect, I didn't have that in Frozen 2, so I'm just waffling on right now, man. The music's pretty good. It's not as good as the first one, in my useless opinion. Now, before I give you my verdict, if you're going to see Frozen, please do let me know your opinion on the first film in the comment section below. Actually, no, there is one other thing I want to say. If you've been subbed to my channel for a while, you know, villains of movies, they're the most important things for me. I gravitate more towards villains. If a movie, TV show, game, it's got a compelling good villain, I'm already invested, and Frozen 2, there wasn't a villain, mate. Straight up. I know that's really strange, a Disney movie without a central villain, but yeah, I don't know what to say. There's no villain. That did upset me a little bit, and I'm sure other people will be totally fine with it, because it does go in a sort of strange direction that overthrows it or goes around it, whatever. But I like me a Disney villain, and there weren't one. Right, so overall, the story definitely was not anywhere near as good as the first one. The characters, the voice acting, the animations, all of that stuff was better than the first one. The music wasn't as good. The villain was, well, yeah, there wasn't one, so he or she was non-existent. All that stuff mixed together, plus the fact I'm not a massive Frozen fan. I'm trying to be as fair as I can. I'm going to give Frozen 2 6 nerds out of 10. I think that score is totally fair for my opinion, and I can totally see someone giving it like an 8 or 9 or whatever out of 10 because it's their favourite movie, blah blah blah. I totally understand and respect that. Just Frozen isn't on that level for me, and I was very underwhelmed with like the story and the lack of villain. I'm getting well salty about the lack of villain, so let's done talking about that. Thank you so much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in the next one. Remember, let it go. You will subscribe.